I am Stewart Wallis. I am the chair of the Wellbeing Economy Alliance, which is the civil society organisation working across the world for a wellbeing economy. And a wellbeing economy we see as an economy that works for both people and the planet. And it comes really almost from the Greek oikos nomos. It's about managing the household and just what we want for the best functioning family, we want for humankind and the earth. We want flourishing and we want love. So the role that inner transformation plays in outer change is massive, because the President of Iceland said this yesterday, you have to go in to go out, in effect. So you have to, and I've seen that in my own life, without doing that work on yourself, without knowing what you believe, knowing what you value in life, connecting to love and spirit, you can't do the work in the world we need to. And what's wonderful about the Spirit of Humanity is it embodies exactly that. It's all about both the inner work and then the outer transformation. And I think I've seen it in my work as well. In an older job I did at the New Economics Foundation as director there, we did a lot of work trying to bring groups together, but we did it with our head and persuasion. Now we massively more successful in the Wellbeing Economy Alliance in bringing about 550 global organisations together: Greenpeace, Oxfam, C40 Cities, WEAll, all sorts of wonderful organisations across the world. And that's through being like a midwife, offering ourselves in love to the wider community and saying we're here to serve, we're here to support, we're here to help transformation. But we offer that love. We don't say, this is what you've got to do. And that works so much better. And the team I work in is, I'm the chair of the organisation, but that doesn't mean very much apart from UK charity law. We're 10 people in the central grouping, we're all equal. We even have discussions about, people talk about what salary they need for their situation, not what they want. And we have these wonderful discussions of love amongst ourselves. So no one person makes the decision. We have this wonderful working, and it very much embodies what we're talking about here, needing to do the inner work to transform the world. And I feel that's such an important message. And I've just been partly leading a session which is called meditation is not enough, action is not enough. We need both together, but we need in particular that's something that is called beauty, grace and love. And it's the beauty, grace and love that transforms this world. And that is very much where my heart is, our work is the work of creation of beauty, love and grace. That's what we're doing, all of us. And we need to do it together, because that way we really can transform things. You're asking how can we transform the Wellbeing Economy Forum, and how can we make it connecting much more with the Spirit of Humanity, and as well as opening in the way that the President talked yesterday morning, talking about love and courage and working together. I think we need the whole exercises to be based on that, to move a lot of the forum into that type of interactive exercises and more about the personal development, because there was a wonderful workshop going on about values, but it was being done in a separate room, and most of the people in suits weren't a part of that. So we've got to get the men in suits particularly part of this, and we've got to set it up, I think, in such a way that those men in suits take their suits off and come here and learn what the Spirit of Humanity is talking about, because that concept of inner development is so foreign to so many people and frightening, and we've got to help them.
Look into each other's eyes. Who is here with you?
I think also it would be very good to talk about this whole area of what needs to be hospiced, because actually any transition like the one we're going through in humanity requires both hospicing with love and building the future with love and care. And so to have discussions about the big issues and what role we can all play in treating the system that is declining with love is going to be very important, as well as having discussions about what we can bring more. So I think, and we will need still some policy discussions, because those are people running countries, and you have to have some goals as a country, but those goals have to be about, as well as the sort of tangible things, they have to be about the intangible. Are you increasing the amount of love in your society? Is a good question. Those are the sort of questions we need to be asking. So that's got policies, but it has to be about things like that. Are we increasing the natural stock? So forget talking about sustainability, talk about regeneration. And what are we all going to do about regenerating and solving the mess we've caused? So you have to talk about those things, but we have to frame them in a very different way. So we want to increase the stock of love, we want to increase the stock of care, we want to increase peace, we want to decrease violence, so we can have discussions about those issues. Leaders who've been through a lot in life and have done the inner work and have that connection with a wider spirit and a wider sense of love and beauty. And they've got to be very humble. So they cannot say, the idea that you can stand as a leader and say, this is what you need to do. You can say, this is what we collectively need to do. Do you agree? Let's talk about it, let's explore it. But it has to be somebody who is able to listen and transform with love.
So we could end with this. I mean, where do you see the hope, and what drives you today to do the work that you're doing?
I have to be honest, there's some days where I don't feel hopeful, but more days I do. So some days I get out of bed on the wrong side, but mostly on the right side. And why do I feel hopeful? Because I do think that rather than seeing just things getting more and more awful, I also see how much is growing of the new. And we've got to try and help the old disappear, because we're at a civilizational moment. We've had, a switch from hunter-gatherers to agriculture, and then we switched to being industrial. We're moving into something very different. We've moved very quickly from being a small world on a big planet to a big world on a small planet in terms of how much resources we're using, and we can't stay like that. So we need a shift in civilization, and it has to be a shift that is linked to love and hope. And I see so much happening, and my passion is how to bring those people together, because it's only by getting eventually to thousands and then millions of hearts, hands and souls who are demanding something else at all levels, across all sectors, across all geographies, then the world will shift. And we're on the way. We just got to keep working. So I don't know how long I'll last, but I'm darn well going to keep plodding away, smiling, hoping, and working in that hope and working with love until I drop.